Good evening, everybody. I'm Swati Gayan. I'm a CLP volunteer, and I have been volunteering for CLP since I was in middle school. Helping with the CLP annual event has been an exciting and rewarding experience for my friends and me, and it's a pleasure to see that the tradition is continuing. With the introduction of CLP's remote voluntary teaching program, the scope of volunteering has widened. CLP high school student volunteers are teaching students in Bangladesh online using smart classroom resources. We have one such volunteer, Mahir Majid, with us this evening, and we will hear from him about his experience. Welcome, Mahir. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you are doing for CLP.
My name is Mahir Majid, and I am a senior at Lawrence High School in New Jersey. And I've been teaching students of class 7 and 8 at the Kovajan Neza and Hazi Niamat Ullah High School in Behirama, Kushtia in a course on creative writing. And typically, about 8 to 12 students attend my classes, and I teach the classes over Zoom every Monday from 11 to 12 p.m. in New Jersey, which translates to 9 to 10 a.m. Bangladesh time. And the primary focus of my classes are to improve the students' English and their vocabulary, and to improve their abilities to write and speak in the language. Grammar is also another important element that I emphasize in my lessons. And finally, I also talk to my students about our different schools, sports, seasons, and different lifestyles, just so we can get to know one another better.
That sounds great, Mahir. How did you join the remote voluntary teaching program?
So actually, um, my parents always talked fondly about Bangladesh, where they were born and they grew up. I am a native speaker of English, and throughout my childhood, I'd always had an interest in volunteering and being involved with teaching other students concepts that they were unfamiliar with. I always had a kind of a passion for just helping out other students, and I always felt satisfied in being able to teach them. So when I was given the opportunity to actually teach elementary and middle school students in Bangladesh English, I was very fascinated and intrigued in pursuing that.
That's wonderful, Mahir. Tell us more about your experience with the students and what you learned about them.
Fortunately, my interactions with the students have been very positive and cordial. They are usually very engaged and eager to learn, which I appreciate a lot. Another thing that I like about them a lot is they're always very active in helping one another in class.
That's great to hear. Have you experienced any challenges while communicating with the students?
One challenge that I actually did experience with the students was the kind of different accent I have coming from America. In the first few classes, it was a bit difficult for the students to actually understand my accent, but to
Mm.
kind of address that issue, I made sure to speak a bit more slowly, and I tried to enunciate my words clearly and more clearly, and throughout time, they were able to understand me better. And overall, I think it was beneficial for them to have that experience and hearing someone speak English in a different accent like mine, and it was overall beneficial for them in improving their comprehension of the language.
Do you have any suggestions or recommendations for your peers?
So, first thing, I would recommend to be a volunteer. Second thing, volunteer for COP if you get a chance. It is a wonderful and rewarding experience. More so is remote voluntary teaching. I learned a lot while preparing for teaching my classes, being able to interact with students from a different socioeconomic background and cultural background is a highly valuable learning experience. And although I am of Bangladeshi origin, I learned at least as much, if not more, about my roots and my heritage while teaching and interacting with the students at the school than I did with my brief visits to Bangladesh with my parents.
Thank you, Mahir, for sharing that with us. And thank you also for the important work that you do.